Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Hey, I need all tradies right now to pay attention because this is going to rile you up.
Yeah. Had a little glimpse of what you're going to talk about, and it's a pisser.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
This guy sucks. Property developer Tim Gurner, he's come out and said basically this.
Tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. They have been paid a lot to do not too much.
Yeah, he's basically come out and said tradies don't work hard enough.
Pretty much as well. When you have a look at this guy, I wouldn't...
Oh, he looks like a knob.
Take joy in the fact that he looks like a knob. When you look at his Forbes magazine thing, he looks like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Man looks like
a Wish version of him.
Yeah, Wish version of Lex Luthor. He looks like he's trying to take over the world, but he's falling a little bit short, but he looks like a huge tosser.
Oh, look, he didn't stop there. I mean, this guy has the makings, like you said, Lex Luthor, like a bit like a supervillain. He's pretty much come out and said as well, on top of that, tradies don't work hard enough. He wants unemployment to rise. You heard me right, rise to 40 to 50%. On top, he said he reckons that we need to see pain in the economy and remind people they work for the employer.
Right.
Do you believe this guy?
Can you... I just feel sorry for his publicist. Can you imagine having to trail this guy around for interviews? Him staring in a mirror after every interview being like, crap, I shouldn't have said that. Why did I say the unemployment thing? Why? Oh, God, why did I say the tradie thing? The man's unhinged.
Yeah, completely unhinged. Now, luckily the internet has come to back against him. And they've said, one person came out and said, I would like to call for a complete and total black ban against Tim Gurner. No workers should make this man a coffee, cut his hair, cook him a meal, serve him in a shop, service his car, connect utilities to his house.
Well, exactly right. If he's going to be so pompous to say, hey, tradies are slacking off and whatnot, then don't give him any services. If the workforce is so terrible, do something about it. I mean, his worth... $900 million.
Yeah, he is. I mean, this other guy on the internet summed him up perfectly. He just, in 5 words, right? In 5 words, he's basically just said, Tim Gurner's a Hey.
Hey, couldn't agree more, to be fair.
And that's exactly why we want the tradies to give us a buzz right now. 1300 737374 is the number to get involved. In 5 words or less, what would you like to say to this guy, Tim Gurner?
Literally, and, have a look on Google what this guy looks like. I think it's fuel to the fire when you see his slick back hair and his suit. He has a definite vibe to him, bit of a tosser. But, yeah, 5 words, what you'd like to say to him. Hey, maybe you'll get to him.
Some of the texts that have come through, they've said... Righto, champ.
Good.
To this bloke.
Good little 2 words. It speaks volumes.
Yeah, it really does. The champ is heavy.
Someone else said, come and work for me. I was like, put him in the high vis and have him cracking it out in the sun. See how he likes it.
Someone else said, this man sounds like an arsehat.
Haven't heard arsehat before. Very good, very good. Someone else said, you boys better have the delay/beep button ready if you're going to request tradies to call up.
Hey, we're going to head over to Modbury, and we've got Mike on the line. Mike, in 5 words or less, what would you like to say to this bloke?
Clown, total clown, and I'd headbutt that guy.
Yeah, I mean...
I would. I swear I'd knock him out. What a peanut.
So, Mike, you're obviously a tradie, mate. What trade do you do?
Oh, electrical and that. But this guy's got no idea what hard work is.
I was going to say, do you reckon he would last one day on the site with you?
Oh, he wouldn't know what to do.
Now, Mike, do you work for yourself or somebody else?
Nah, company. But this guy, he's just a peanut.
Yeah, well...
Good on you, Mike. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Love to hear you say. Hey, Simon in Hillbank, 5 words or less, what would you like to say to this bloke?
Who is he?
Exactly right. Who is he? He's some $900 million jerk on the other side of the world.
What an absolute oxygen-thieving muppet.
I'm loving it coming through. I'm loving the passion. Please, hop on the line.
Hey, Simon, what trade do you do?
Well, it's a horticulturalist.
Yeah, okay. And do you reckon he would last one day on the site with you?
He would hurt his finger and go, "Oh no, I need a day off."
Get the first aid out on the first day.
Yeah, chainsaws and everything.
Yeah, good on you, Simon. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Hey, I mean, I think we've come to the very easy conclusion that this bloke is just a cowboy.
Absolute tosser.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
Sometimes you have to resort to Dr. Google instead of going to the actual doctors because you might be a little bit embarrassed what you've done.
Yeah.
And it's usually in that sort of circumstance, you shouldn't be embarrassed ever to go to the doctor. But,
absolutely
there's some
not.
circumstances where you're like, gee, I could have done a little bit better on this one.
Yeah.
I could have avoided this.
There are embarrassing sort of injuries and stuff, for
medical
sure.
stories and whatnot. This isn't as hardcore as a ER situation. It didn't really progress to that, but it's still definitely a bit, hey, I wouldn't want my doctor finding out.
Yeah, okay.
So a lady over in America, she was hanging out with her friend, and as a friend she hadn't seen in ages. And they were catching up and reminiscing, and obviously you get caught up in that sort of environment. You get a little bit sidetracked. You haven't seen someone in ages.
Yeah.
She goes to reach in for her vitamins, and as she's talking to the friend, grabs one of her AirPods, her right AirPod, slips it in her mouth, gives it a swallow in front of the friend. And, if I haven't seen someone in years, if I say we haven't seen each other in like 10 years' time, we catch up and it's like, oh, it's big and grand, you're catching up and everything, and I see you swallow an AirPod, I'd be like, Jesus,
He's falling off the wagon.
More than falling off the wagon, the guy's fallen off tumultuously, rolled into the dirt, and then fell into a gutter. He's eating his electronics. What's wrong with him? Apparently she thought it was a bunch of her vitamins all clumped up into one. It was
How
just
big are her vitamins?
And what a perfect shape to look like an AirPod with a little stem and a big speaker attached to it. But yeah, she thought they were all vitamins, so she swallowed them. Thank God for her. She is in a stable state. She's fine. She's had to go to her doctor friends and ask for medical opinions. But
there's only one way to go about it, isn't
literally,
it?
There's only one way. They said pass it through and you see if it still works.
I mean, thank God it wasn't like she didn't have chewy vitamins, right?
Chewy vitamins, yeah.
Thank God she just swallowed it.
Crunches into the wires.
Oh, that would have been a rude shock.
First rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast. The second rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
Tom, how good are op shops?
Oh, the best.
Garage sales.
Oh, even better.
I can't think of another alternative to buying secondhand things. Antique shops.
Amazing.
Yeah. What a discoveries somebody has had, because they have gone to an op shop of sorts pretty much, and they've gone and had a look around. It's all this old stuff. And pretty much the dude bought this painting for $4.
$4.
$4 measly dollars.
Yeah.
4 coins in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And he buys it. He takes it home, and all he wanted was the frame. He didn't even care about it. Man didn't even care about the painting itself. It was literally just a nice frame that went around.
Boy, that's a nice looking frame, he thought. I'll pick that up.
But he's taken it home, and he's taken the stock standard kind of image that was placed in it, and he's slid it out, and he's found something folded up, and he's like, this is a little bit odd. He unravels that, takes it to an expert. Apparently, it's a copy of the Declaration of Independence.
But shit, it was 99 cents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The original...
Like, not the original.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit underwhelming. It's not the original, but it is still very cool because there's only 24 copies.
Wow.
Obviously, they made the copies thinking like, geez, what if someone spills spills their drink
coffee
on this one? Yeah. But they made 24 copies back in 1776, and most of them are in museums. So
wow.
Even if it isn't the original, there's only 24, and it's still a huge deal. Guess how much it's sold for?
Oh, I don't even want to think. Couple 100,000.
No, he hung it up in his room next to his moose head. No, he sold it for $2.4 million.
2.4 mil.
Yeah.
And he bought it for $4.
What a turnaround.
But shit, it was 99 cents.
That is insane.
It would have to be the best kind of antique garage sale kind of find I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I mean, you do always hear about people bragging about the things they find in, op shops or stuff like that.
Well, it's so common that you have these like vintage brands and things like that, an original Nike or something that came from the 80s. And, it's worth so much money and people don't even realise there's so many good gets you can find at these sales.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people bragging about it all the time. That's why we want to go to the phone lines now. What was the find, Adelaide? Did you find something amazing in an op shop, antique shop?
I mean, I bet a big one. Surely jewellery. Surely a bit of jewellery goes a bit unnoticed and you look into it and you're like, geez, that's a 24 carat.
Jeez, that's a real diamond.
Yeah, literally. I'm sure it would happen a lot with that, old clothes, just, weird things you find there.
Yeah, I mean, I found plenty of awesome clothes at the op shop. I found this full, Armani blazer once at Savers for like $20. I picked it up for.
How funny is it when you find something like that at the shop and then it's like a top secret mission when you find it? It's like stealing a diamond, like a big diamond ice, and you quickly grab it and you're looking around, make sure nobody's going to spear tackle you and snag it off you because you know it's such a good get.
We're going to head over to Woodcroft. We've got Stella on the line. Stella, good morning. What was the find?
Good morning, guys. So last year I went on holiday to Melbourne for a little trip and I was at a thrift shop, so I'm very excited. It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
And I actually found a little Prada bag. It was like a 1990s one.
Wow.
Cost $20. Cleaned it up, and those things retail for like $1,500. So it's a beautiful bag, and it was really cool. Definitely my best find.
That is a great find.
Jeez, I was going to say, and when it's something that expensive, when you're looking at it in the shop, you feel like a little bit of a criminal when you go up to the counter. You're like, this is highway robbery.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like worth so much and I got it for such a good deal, so it's great.
Do you flash it around a lot or is it kept safe at home?
No, I actually wear it all the time. It's so cute.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, amazing. Good on you, Stella. Thanks for getting involved. Hey, Ayla in Enfield, what was the find?
Okay, hi guys. So this is like one of my favourite stories to tell because it's so creepy.
Yep.
Right. So bought a wardrobe, secondhand from an op shop. Get it home. Go through the drawers. Find a mobile number on a piece of paper with little love hearts. So what do I do? I call the phone number, right?
Yeah.
It's the same name as my mum's name. A lady called Belinda picks up.
Oh, wow.
Get
out.
out.
Weird?
That is weird, yeah. I mean, it's not worth much, the piece of paper, but I guess it's a quinky dink. It's a good find.
Was it...
It's like a winky dink.
Was it just your mum? Had she been to the op shop recently and left stuff, or was it a complete stranger?
Nah, it's just a random lady called Belinda.
Yeah, wow. Good on you, Ayla. Thanks for getting involved. I mean, I don't know if it was a great find.
Yeah, I wonder if a mum is just, it's a trap to see whether she's got poor taste and will buy the cupboard.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
I was scrolling through Instagram the other day and I came across this pretty gnarly video.
Oh, yeah?
Now, before I give you any context of it, I want to sort of play a game with you.
Yeah, sure.
And I want everyone in the car to play along as well because it's a pretty mind-blowing thing.
Fun. All right, so me and the Fresh fam, we're playing together. You've got a little game for us. What are the instructions?
The instructions are I want you to just think of one word in your head.
Yep.
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm.
Now, I'll get you to say it out loud one more time.
Why do I feel like I'm being trapped into some sort of hypnosis? You've done a wiki how to hypnotise someone.
And now you will be a chicken.
It's all an elaborate prank for me to start squawking like a bird on air.
No, the word is brainstorm. Say it out loud.
Brainstorm.
Think about it in your head. And everyone, think about it very closely. Now I'm going to play out an audio grab and you tell me what you hear.
Yep.
Now, it's a bit muffled, but what did you hear?
Pretty safe and sound. Heard brainstorm.
Brainstorm, right? Now I want you to think of a different word completely.
Yep.
Green needle.
Green needle. All right, going for the double word.
Yeah, double word.
All right.
Double word. Say it out loud for me once more.
Green needle.
You will become a chicken now.
My plan is going to fruition.
He has no idea.
He's going to embarrass himself on live radio.
Here it is. I'll play out the exact same audio grab. Green needle. Keep thinking about that word.
Wow. Yeah. So you hear green nettle, you hear brainstorm.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're hearing.
Right? How nuts is that? Like, depending on what you're focusing on. So the way it's like in the video, it has the two words pop up, and it says basically you're going to hear whatever word you're reading.
Yeah. So, like, I have heard of this that, your brain really, it just snaps into whatever you're trying to focus on. But, yeah, it's a weird phenomenon. Like I said before, it's like the blue dress, gold dress kind of thing, but the audio version.
Yeah.
God, imagine how scared you'd be if you didn't hear any of those. You heard curry rice or something. You'd be like, oh, God, I've lost it. I've broken the barrier.
Callum, now I'm going to get you to think of one more word.
Yeah.
Chicken. Say it out loud.
I will not say it.
Say it.
I will never say it.
Oh, podcast my podcast. Oh, podcast my podcast. Oh, podcast my podcast.
Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
I want to have a chat to you about phobias.
Oh, yeah?
Right? I mean, everyone has some sort of phobia, right? Whether arachnophobia is pretty common. I've got that. Terrified of spiders.
I want to reveal that. What if a listener brings a huntsman in a jar to the next Top 92?
As long as it stays in the jar.
Just to spite you. Mine is birds, magpies and stuff. You know, my heart races when I go past them. It's a little bit terrifying.
We actually did go out for lunch earlier this week, and you jumped so far up, you banged the table when you saw a magpie come within about 2 meters of you.
It touched my foot.
I don't think it did.
It did. It actually did.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't know. You're not in control of my legs. It touched my foot.
Oh, I was there. How would I not know? Hey, look, I want to have a chat to you about misophonia.
Okay, I have heard of this one. So is this not the auditory, you get annoyed by sounds one?
Yeah, so it's basically a phobia of different sort of sounds that like can make your skin crawl a little bit.
Okay, so I guess like one that comes to mind instantly that I hate is foam out of a package. You know, the
you
hard
hate
foam.
that. I'm
And when
okay
you take
with
it out,
that.
it makes that squeal noise. Awful.
Scratching the fork on a plate for
Yeah.
me would be my number one most hated sound, or rubbing two bits of paper together.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
Yeah.
So I don't find that offensive at all.
Not a fan, but there's a TikTok that has come out to see whether you have misophonia or not. It's a little test.
Okay, cool.
We're going to put it to the test. Now, I've listened to it quite a lot, and to be honest, none of these sounds have overly annoyed me or made me feel any sort of way. But I'm going to put a quick trigger warning on it now, because you might not know you have it, and I'm about to play out a lot of triggering sounds.
Yeah, sure. So there's nothing you find particularly bad about this. There's no one rubbing paper, making a paper mache or something.
No, there's nothing I've found that awful, but I mean, I can understand why some people would find this offensive.
Well, like we said, everyone's different, so let's put it to the test. I did leave the room before as you were making up the audio, so I don't know what you're going to play. Let's see how annoying it actually is.
Once again, last chance, trigger warning. I'm about to play out the sounds. The first sound, Callum, I'm going to play you is the sound of someone chewing.
Yeah. Oh.
Look, if I'm going off what your face said, you seem pretty unfazed up until the end there.
Yeah, the end got me a little bit. I really hate people chewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does get me after a while.
No one's allowed to eat near Callum.
Yeah.
Okay, second one, lip smacking.
I do that to other people to annoy them.
I know you lip smack, and I was going to be really annoyed if you said that one got you.
I'd be a little bit of a hypocrite, because I do it myself quite a bit.
All right, third sound here. How are we going so far, by the way?
Look, the chewing was more annoying than the lip smacking, but they're both about 5 out of 10. So they're not.
Did it stick your hairs up or anything?
Nah,
anything
they're not
like
too
that?
bad.
No.
Nah.
Okay, next one, pencil tapping.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Yeah, right.
Where'd you get these? Are these like the
This
low
is a
tier?
viral TikTok. This is blown up. This is the test. This is the official TikTok test to see if you have misophonia. All right, another sound here. Now, this one might get you. It's plastic crumbling.
Yeah, that one's definitely like more of a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
That irked me a little bit.
Yeah. That one got me a little bit too.
You had to pause the editing process, take a breather, go for a walk and come back.
All right, this one I think is just more annoying. I don't think it'll make your skin crawl.
Okay, so this is all right, play it.
Slow typing.
That's what I hear every night when my dad does his accounts on the computer and he's doing the classic old man like index finger typing.
That's scary for a whole different reason to you. Right. So far, nothing's really got you except maybe the plastic crumbling and maybe the chewing.
No, I'm pretty unfazed. We're both unfazed. We must be superhuman against this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, another sound here. We've got 2 more to go.
Okay.
Slurping.
Yeah, I hate that. I reckon that'd be a universally hated one as well. Everyone in their cars would be... I reckon that's probably the worst one so far.
Here's one that I reckon a lot of people won't like to hear.
Okay, so
and I'm sorry in advance.
This is the kryptonite, the one that will get... This would break Superman.
I'm not even going to say what it is. I'm just going to play it out.
Is it sniffing?
Sniffling, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You do that a lot.
Once again, I'd be a hypocrite.
That's all the sounds. So do you think you don't think you have misophonia then?
I don't think so. Yeah, I thought I did. I usually get annoyed by that stuff, but hey, it looks like we're resilient to it.
Well, let's see. Let's play them all at once and see how you fare.
No! Take a stop. It's not just me you're hurting, it's everyone else.
All at once is a total different ball game, isn't it?
Game changer.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.